And first batter reached on hit by pitch, so we have a runner at first for Nooksack, and just the second batter here up in the top of the first inning. Pitch goes and caught the outside edge for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs here in the top of the first. No score between Sultan and Nooksack Valley. Runner goes. And the pitch is outside and no play. So we will slide safely into second, and Nooksack has their first runner in scoring position. No outs here in the top of the first. And hit sharply, but caught. Nice play by the second baseman, and double play. So nice alert play there by the Turks, and turning a double play, and the bases are now empty. So it brings up number 8 for Nooksack. First pitch in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Oh, that's a hit by pitch, so we're going to get a second free pass issued here in the first inning. Strike 1. And makes a play, but overthrown at first. Runner slides in safely to second. No play. And so we now have 2 outs with a runner at second. And the count 0-1 on the batter. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fouled off, back to the screen. 2 outs, runner at scoring position at second for the Pioneers. And Turks wanting to get out of this first inning here unscathed. And it's a pass ball. Runner's going to scoot their way down to third base. And the count stays at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. No score here in the top of the first. Turks versus the Pioneers. We're glad you're here with us on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Inside. Oh, but runner's going to come. And it gets past the catcher, and runner scores. Runner goes down to first on the dropped third strike, and he is safe. So the result of that is runner scores from third, and runner is safe at first. And the score now is 1-0. And brings up number 22, Devin Lackey for the Pioneers, looking for his signal down from his third base coach. chopped down the third base line. It's a slow roller. Comes on it, throws over to first, but ball got away from him just a little bit. Now back over to third. Third baseman's off the line and it's overthrown, but it's going to hold the runner at the corners, first and third. So nobody scores, but we do have runners at the corners, first and third, still with 2 outs for the Pioneers. Inside, and runner's going to come from third. Runner scoots over first to second, and the result is run scores, making it 2-0, and runner at second in scoring position. Still 2 outs. So some control problems here by the left-hander for the Turks has matriculated into a couple of runs for the Pioneers here in the top of the first inning. But again, first game of the season, you're going to have those rusty jitters here, and just see how things continue on as this game progresses. Hit, slow roller to the second baseman, gets it over to first in time for out number 3. But not before the Pioneers score 2. We're going to go to the bottom half of the first, Turks trailing 2-0. All right, we're back and making our way here to the bottom of the first inning. Watson Coy, the pitcher, leads off, hits a sharp one past the shortstop and into left field. Good sharp hit to start things off for the Turks. All right. Runner at first for the Turks takes a nice lead. And it's a strike by the Pioneers pitcher. Runner goes. And it's a nice throw down the line, and he got him. So a nice throw by the catcher and gets the put out at second. And fouled over the screen. Two balls, two strikes, one out for the Turks, and hit sharply, but right at the shortstop, who makes the play cleanly, comes up throwing hard, and makes the play over to first for out number 2.
Now batting number 27, Jack Hamilton.
All right, Jack Hamilton, number 27, steps in. Got a big old pad on that left elbow there. And hit sharply at the shortstop again, comes up throwing over to first for out number 3. So 1 hit, no runs for the Turks. We make our way to the top of the second. Score is 2-0. All right, we make our way to the top of the second. Number 53, Alex Clausen, going to lead things off for the Pioneers. Leading the Turks 2-0. First pitch on the outside corner for a strike. pitch hit sharply right at the shortstop. Fields it cleanly, comes up throwing hard. Over to first base for out number 1. Nice play by Jack Hamilton, the shortstop, number 27. And number 4, Kyle Long steps in for the Pioneers. Inside, strike 1. And the pitch, oh, that's way outside. Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners' bases are empty here. 1 out in the top of the second. Turks trailing 2-0 to the Nooksack Valley Pioneers. Pioneers in their road purple and the Turks in their home whites today. And that's inside. Ball. And that's outside as well. So the youngster Lawson Coy struggling out there a bit with his control thus far this afternoon, but we'll see if he can get that toned down just a little bit and find his location on that. And much better pitch lifted, and that's into left center for a base hit. And runner sits at first base.
Now batting number 12, Colin Avriel.
And Colin Avriel steps in for the Pioneers. Runner holds fairly close at first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Looks the runner, looks back again, comes to the plate, and that's high and outside. Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Turks trailing 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. We thank you for joining us here this afternoon on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. And chopped foul inside. Got him to chase an inside one there. And we're now saying 1 ball, 2 strikes. And lifted very high, but shallow. Second baseman waves everybody off, makes the catch for out number 2. So, and brings us back to the top of the order.
Number 7, Evan Netting.
All right, so we're back to the top of the order. Shortstop number 7, Netting, steps in for the Pioneers. Taps home plate. Runner goes outside. Who we picked a good pitch to run on too, because it was outside, and so he goes uncontested from first to second. So now they got a runner in scoring position, still 2 out here in the top of the second. Pitch is high, ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And steps off. Looks back to runner at second. Comes to the plate, and that's, oh, got on the outside corner. Looked just a little low, but he got the call. 2 balls, 1 strike. Still 2 out, runner at scoring position at second for the Pioneers, who lead 2-0 here in the top of the second. And that's a pass ball. The runner's going to scoot down to third base. And again, still struggling with control, has led to the 2 runs thus far for the Pioneers. So that's something that they're going to have to work on here as this season progresses, is not giving up the easy base on balls, passed balls, and things like that, and allowing runners to advance. Inside, and runner comes, and he scores. So that makes it 3-0, and runner advances down to first base. So runner at first, 2 outs for the Pioneers. Number 14 steps in next for the Pioneers. Left-hander. And runner goes. And pitch was high and no throw from the catcher. Behind the plate today, number 22, Jaden Boyd for the Turks. Chopped. Oh, the pitcher didn't get to make a play on it. Runner turns as a play at first, too late, and runner scores all the way from second. So heady base running there by number 7, and on the overthrow, player is going to end up at second with a double. So the net result of that is player scores from second, and his teammate ends up at second. Score now 4-0, Nooksack Valley. Stepping in now for Nooksack, number 8, Levi DeWeber. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Swing and a miss. So 2 nice pitches in a row there by the left-hander. Yeah, we got some sun coming out here this afternoon. 55 degrees, which compared to what we've had recently is like Palm Springs around here. I tell you, it's been a tough winter. Nice to see Mr. Sun come out, make an appearance today. Oh, and just like that, had a good AB. Oh, he stepped into it, so it was not hit by a pitch, but the batter did not take steps to avoid being hit. So umpire said no go, no free pass for you. Runner at second takes a big lead. Pitch is high and inside ball. Two-two. Okay, count is 2-2. And I'm going to make a play on, oh, but he overthrows it into center field. So the runner, he thinks about running, then he doesn't, then he comes back. Probably could have made it had he just gone, but he hesitated, thought twice about it, and stays safely back where he started at second base. Swing and a miss, but a drop third strike, so catcher loses it, and the runner allows to scoot down to first, and the man at second changes over to third. So the sum total that was advancing runner from second to third and a free pass down to first. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for the Pioneers. So this inning has been going on for a while, and the Turks definitely need to get out of this one. And we're going to have a pinch runner, it looks like, coming in, number 24, Jacob Tressett. Jacob Tressett. Jacob Tressett is going to be the pinch runner at first. And the pitch, a little high, and does the right thing in throwing back to the pitcher. And so we've still got runners at the corners, 2 outs here for the Turks. So big out right here. Need to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs to keep things close. Oh, just a little high. 2 balls, no strikes. Strike. And the pitch, oh, that's high and outside. Could see that one, the release point was off. And fouled right back at the screen, just below where we're standing here. Yep, they're battling hard. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at the corners. Pioneers leading the hometown Turks 4-0 here in the top of the second. Runner goes. Oh, and he did get him. Okay, so now runner's going to stay at third. Runner from first advances to second. So the bases are loaded here, and that's the 3rd hit by pitch here this game thus far. So as we had said, pitching is not doing itself a lot of favors so far, with some control issues thus far, which have really, really hurt the Turks this afternoon. That's outside. Ball 1. Got to come after him here. No room for error. Oh, that's inside. Runner goes. Toss back to, oh, and just couldn't quite get a handle on it. So we're going to have runners at second and third now, 5-0. Nooksack Valley. All right, Coach Leverett's going to make his way out to the mound and have a little conversation here with his pitcher and catcher. And what's been a tough go so far. Like I said, control problems and some defensive issues behind the plate have led to pretty much all the runs that we have seen thus far. So the Turks are kind of being their own worst enemy and need to get that tightened down here so that they can get back in this game. And all right, Coach Leverett has a little talk. He's going to stay with who he has out there, and we'll be back underway in just a moment. All right. And we are back to play ball. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. 2 balls, no strikes on the batter. Delivers, and that's outside and high, ball 3. 3-0. And the pitch. Oh, and hit. That's hit sharply. And a nice catch. Yes, makes the play. Woohoo! In left field, makes a fantastic catch, and that'll retire the side. But not before they extend their lead to 5-0. We're heading to the bottom of the second. All right, we make our way to the bottom half of the second inning. And leading things off for the Turks, number 14, Kobe Keeler. And Kobe takes the first pitch. Ball 1. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's right. We got to catch up here, Mickey. We're going to brush the rust off, right? And hit sharply, but right at the second baseman, scoops it up over to first for a routine play, out number 1. First pitch in there for a strike. 1 down for the Turks, bottom of the second. And at the plate, number 22, the catcher, Jaden Boyd. And a nice sharp, hit nicely down the third base line, but right at the third baseman who throws it over to first for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for the Turks here in the bottom of the second. Going to bring up number 5, Austin Wiedemann. All right, so Mr. Wiedemann steps in. Strike 1. Oh, swung at a bad pitch way inside. No balls, 2 strikes. So quickly Wiedemann finds behind in the count, 0-2. And strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Turks here in the bottom half of the second. We head to the third, still trailing 5-0. All right, we're going to make our way here to the top half of the third inning and a little last-minute conversation there on the mound, and we'll get started. We've got a couple of lineup changes to talk with you about. Number 27, Jack Hamilton, moves from shortstop to pitching. And number 14, check my roster. And number 14, Kobe Keeler, is going to be behind the plate catching here. So a couple of significant changes here for the Turks, and we'll see how that works for him here. Hamilton's first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Those of you just joining us, we've got to score 5-0 here. Yeah, I do apologize. I'm having some production issues, so I'll be giving you the vital statistics here on air. But those of you just joining us, the score is currently 5-0 in favor of the Nooksack Valley Pioneers, the visitors here today at Sultan High School, and the hometown Turks 0. Hamilton delivers that foul back over the screen. So definitely seeing a little bit of difference in velocity and delivery from Hamilton, the right-hander, versus our left-handed pitcher who started the game here for us. And that's low, blocked by Keeler, but goes back to the screen. And again, for those of you at home, Nooksack is in their road purples, pinstripes, and Turks in road purple for Nooksack and the home whites for the Turks. And hit sharply but very, very high, popped up. First baseman runs over on the screen and makes the play for out number 1. So Clausen steps in for the Pioneers. High and outside, ball 1. And hit sharply down first base, but makes the play unassisted. And that's out number 2. And number 4, Long, steps in for the Pioneers. Got a pretty good sized crowd here at Sultan High School for our first day. Opening day of the 2019 season. Again, a little chilly, but sure a heck of a lot warmer than it has been here at about 55 degrees. And kudos to Gordy Hill and the groundskeeping crew for getting the field in as good a shape as it is given the conditions. That was definitely a challenge. But we're expecting much nicer weather over the next week, so we do have a game tomorrow here on TurkPride.tv, a home game for the Turks. So we'll ask that you, encourage you to join us here, again, on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Hamilton delivers and fouled up over the screen down the first baseline. And Hamilton sets and delivers. High and outside ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top half of the third, bases are empty. And that's outside. Full count. 3-2. Strike. And that's out number 3. So Hamilton gets him. And no runs, no hits, no errors for the Pioneers. We go to the bottom of the third. Turks trailing 5-0. All right, we are back in the bottom half of the third inning. And stepping in for the Turks, number 24, Zane Saylor leading things off. Swing and a miss for Saylor. One ball, two strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the third. Turks trailing the visiting Pioneers from Nooksack Valley 5-0. And hit sharply, but right back to the pitcher. He's going to walk over about halfway to first base in a soft toss for out number 1. And up next, and Tremaine Powell, number 11, steps in. First pitch to Powell. That's high, way high, ball 1. Second one lifted softly into center field, and the center fielder misplays it, bounces out of his glove, and he's on with a single. So we will take it. First base runner here for the Turks, first one of the inning.
Now up, number 2, Joshua Whitmire-Skeeth.
And Josh Whitmire-Skeeth is going to step in. Number 2. High. And lifts it, another one right into center field, almost the exact same spot, but the center fielder makes the play this time. And throw back to first base, but the runner is returned safely. So 2 hits, almost identical spots, and one misplayed and one played nicely by the center fielder for the Pioneers.
Number 1, Lotson Coy.
Mm-hmm. And Coy, who was our pitcher to start the game out, steps in. Struggled quite a bit here. So that's something that we'll have to keep an eye on as this season progresses, but he needs to work on those control, because that did lead to a fair number of the runs. Control issues and defensive issues behind the plate contributed mightily towards the 5 runs that the Pioneers show on the board right now. And runner's going to go. All right, so batter was hit. Umpire said you're hit by the pitch, so he's going to go down to first, and runner advances to second. So no play on the runner at second because of the runner advancing down to first.
Number 7, Joe Day.
And number 7, Joe Day, stepping in. And swings the first pitch, but that is foul. It was hanging. Third baseman gave a run at it, but ran out of real estate there, and it bounced off the dugout roof. Foul. That's a good-looking pitch right there. Strike. All right, so he finds himself in a hole. 0-2 now, 2 outs, runners at first and second. So Turks do have a runner in scoring position. Definitely would like to take advantage and push one across. Fouled right back at our location here on the screen. So then the count stays at 0-2. And that is strike 3. So the Turks strand 2, get nothing for it, but a good inning for them, and they still trail 5-0. All right, we make our way to the top of the 4th inning with the Turks trailing again 5-0. With the Turks trailing 5-0 here against the visiting Pioneers from Nooksack Valley. Hamilton returns to the mound, looked sharp in his first inning last, and is quickly ahead of the batter 0-2. Oh, that's way inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Top of the 4th, Turks trailing the visiting Pioneers from Nooksack Valley 5-0 here in opening day 2019 baseball. That's low. Strike 3. All right, nice job by Hamilton there. Records a strikeout. And stepping in number 7 for the Pioneers, Needling, the shortstop. Had a good game thus far. Ball 1. Outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So Hamilton finds himself behind in the count. High, ball 3, so 3-0. Batter should be taking all the way here on this pitch. Oh, that's inside, ball 4. All right, so Hamilton gives up a walk, strikeout, and then a walk here in the top half of the 4th inning. Outside, ball 1. Runner at first for the Pioneers. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 1 ball, no strike on the batter. Somebody's horn's going off in the distance there. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. And gets there safely. So now they have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And that's outside as well. So Hamilton, who looked very sharp in his first inning, the second inning here he's been struggling just a little bit more. Started out with a strikeout, but last couple of batters has struggled with his control. Getting behind in the count. And that's high as well. 3 balls, 1 strike. Oh, that's way outside. Ball 4. All right, so we got runners at first and second now for the Pioneers.
Now batting number 8, Levi DeWeber.
And Levi DeWeber, number 8, steps in, looking for his signal down from his third base coach. And his teammates looking as well. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That's ball. So Hamilton having a hard time finding the strike zone here over the past couple batters. He needs to get that dialed in quickly, as the Turks do not want to fall any further behind. Squares to bunt, and that's a strike, but the runners all advance. So now we got runners at 2 runners in scoring position, second and third, with 1 out. So the Pioneers find themselves in an excellent opportunity to add to this already sizable lead that they have over the hometown Turks, 5-0. And that's outside. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And that's outside again. So Hamilton continues to struggle here in the top of the 4th. Infield's in. Trying to. And that's ball 4. All right. So now we got the bases loaded with 1 out. So the opportunities just keep getting better, unfortunately. Fortunately for the Pioneers. And Boykin steps in. And the pitch from Hamilton, and hit sharply, but right at the third baseman, and so everybody retreats. Nice alert play by the third baseman for out number 2. So now things change. Everybody runs on contact. Strategy kind of goes out the window, and everybody just runs as quick as they can should the contact be made with the ball. And that pitch is outside. Oh, no, I am mistaken. Caught the outside corner there for strike number 1. Oh, he thinks he's got him. Oh, but second baseman was just too far off the bag. If he'd have been on the bag, that would have been an out. Playing just a little too deep, so everybody plays back now. Trying to get that easy out on the force. And Keeler gets set. Hamilton gets set. And here we go. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. Swing and a miss. All right, so Hamilton's ahead 0-2. He's in the position he wants to be right now. Just need 1 more strike to get out of this inning. And that's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And chopped. Slow roller to third base. And steps on third for the force for out number 3. So the Turks bend but don't break. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still trailing 5-0. We'd like to recognize some of our fine sponsors here on TurkPride.tv. Sky Valley Inc., providing the entire TurkPride.tv crew with great polo shirts. Need custom screen printing or vinyl banners or lettering? Reach out to Carrie Fulcher at Sky Valley Inc. or click on their banner on TurkPride.tv. Sultan Youth Turks Basketball. Big thanks to SYB. With other support, we have never gotten our new scoreboard, which is just fantastic. Hope you participated in some of the winter sports and saw that for basketball. The Sultan High Booster Club also donated the news on this new scoreboard project. Booster Club is always there to help our club sports and anything else when it's called upon. And last but certainly not least, Windmill Espresso. I know Dave Moon is a constant visitor there, and they do a great job. Been a longtime supporter of TurkPride.tv and Turk Athletics. All right, we make our way to the bottom half of the 4th inning.
27, Jack Hamilton.
And leading things off for the Turks, the pitcher, number 27, Jack Hamilton. Pitch is high, ball 1. and hit by pitch. So Hamilton will trot down to first base on the free pass.
Number 14, Kobe Keeler.
All right, and then next, the catcher, number 14, Kobe Keeler. I have a feeling we might see Mr. Keeler pitching tomorrow as well, too. I want to invite you all to come back and join us here tomorrow on TurkPride.tv for exciting baseball action. Slapped right down the first base line, and that's into right field for a single. Hamilton makes the turn at second, and he's going to make it to third safely. So hustle by Hamilton. Oh, it looks like he may have, his slide may have hurt himself just a little bit there. Came up, slid very early, and I think he may have hit the edge of the base on his forehead or his nose or something like that. It looks like he kind of took it on the chin there a little bit and shook him up. So nice hustle play by Hamilton as he makes it all the way around from first to third on just a nice little single down the first base line by Keeler, and Keeler advances with the play on Hamilton over to second. So we've got runners at second and third. Turks are got their best opportunity thus far with the leadoff and second batters on in this inning. They're still kind of tending to Mr. Hamilton, and home plate umpires over there seeing how he's doing as far as his vision and so forth, as well as Coach Leverett and Coach Day. So we'll let them tend to young Mr. Hamilton. We'll talk about, give us an opportunity to recognize a few more of our fine sponsors here on TurkPride.tv. Sultan Chiropractic, Dr. Koppel, Dr. Brian Koppel, been serving the Valley for many years. Looks like Mr. Hamilton is okay, but he's going to come out of the game and get a pinch runner is what it looks like, but he's trotting off under his own power. Dr. Koppel has been serving the Valley for many years, sponsoring TurkPride.tv, just one of the many community programs that he has gotten behind. Everyone should be pain-free. Dr. Koppel is accepting new patients. And Brandy Varnell Photography. Need pictures? Call Brandy. Have the show producer show the Tech Club photos. We also have Les Schwab Tire in Monroe, Rico's Pizza in Gold Bar, Vic's Burger Shack here in Sultan, and Embroidery for the Soul in Sultan as well. So we'd like to thank all of our fine sponsors here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan athletics. All right, Hamilton is back. He is back. Got himself cleaned up a little bit. He's a gamer out there. He's a tough kid. So he is back in. Keeler is at second. So Jaden Boyd steps in with the Turks' best opportunity thus far with runners at second and third, looking desperately to get on the board here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's strike one. And that's outside, ball one. Oh, excuse me, my mistake. Strike two. Umpire's had a pretty generous strike zone today, but he's been foul back over the screen. Low ball. And got him. So full count, but got him, called strike 3. Austin Wiedemann steps in, number 5 for the Turks. Again, a great opportunity. He's got teammates at second and third in scoring position with just 1 out. Outside, ball 1. And pops it up, but out of play down the first baseline. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and popped sky high, but in play. Catcher got a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 2. So just that quickly, Turks start out with 2 base runners, get them both in scoring position, and thus far 2 straight outs. So they're down to their 3rd out here this inning, and their last opportunity to push one across. Zane Saylor stepping in. Young Mr. Saylor, number 24, steps in with Turks' last opportunity, hopefully not this inning, to get a key hit. Just need a single, just need to find a hole, push it through, and get a score. Oh, that's hit by pitch, so just 1 pitch, 1-time hit, and he's going to trot down to first. So now the bases are loaded for the Turks. Caden Hardwick. Caden Hardwick steps in for the Turks. First time we've seen Mr. Hardwick this afternoon. And 2 outs, so forced situation. They're going to run on contact. But on the flip side, everybody all you got to do is touch a base to get your 3rd out as well. So we'll see how they play this. Nooksack's playing fairly deep. 3rd baseman playing in. And away we go. And that's outside. Ball 1. Second pitch. That's likewise outside. Ball 2. And that's slow. Oh, Hamilton thought for a second about going, but foul territory here at Sultan High School is not very deep, and if you have a catcher that's pretty athletic and can get on the ball quickly, it's very difficult to score from 3rd base. Swing and a miss. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded for the Turks. Still trailing here, 5-0, bottom of the 4th. Inside. Ball 4, take a base, and that'll score a run. And so the Turks push one across with a bases loaded walk, and they score for the first time this afternoon, making it 5-1. So cheers here come up from the hometown fans. We've got a good group that's assembled themselves here on what's still a chilly day, but definitely nicer than it has been at about 50 plus north of 50 degrees, which has been a nice change from the very cold and seasonal weather we have had thus far this year. And that still leaves us with bases loaded, so the Turks an opportunity to put some more on the board before we're done here in the bottom half of the 4th. Again, we'd like to remind you that tomorrow we're going to have another game here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan athletics, boys baseball, and the girls softball is also underway. They are away today, but we'll be back, so we'll be starting to really pick up the pace as far as games. And we'll get into the heart of the spring season here, where we will probably start having an activity of some sort pretty much every night here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan athletics. Strike 1. fouled back. So he quickly falls behind 0-2 with the bases loaded. Chopped, foul, got a piece of it. And strike 3. So the Turks score 1, but strand 3. We go to the top of the 5th, trailing 5-1. All right, we make our way to the top half of the 5th inning. Turks score their one and only run thus far last inning, so that was exciting for the hometown faithful as they got a chance to get excited in that run pushing across. However, the bad part of that was they left 3 on the bases. And here we are quickly. First swung at the first pitch, and had a chance over in the third base, up tight against the fence, but just could not come down with it. So it is a foul ball, strike 1. And strike 2. So Hamilton quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes here against leadoff batter. Oh, and then he gets a hit by pitch. So again, Hamilton apologizes to him And but again, thus far, the story of this game has just been pitching control or the lack thereof by the Turks. Have led to a number of batters being hit by pitch, number of pass balls, etc. So that's something that definitely they're going to have to work on in practice. And it's bunt nicely laid down. Catcher comes up strong. Keeler over to first and makes the play for out number 1, but advances the runner into scoring position. He's standing now safely at second base. So that's something, but again, they're not going to have much time to work on those things because we're going to be right back here tomorrow. The Turks playing again, so time to make adjustments, and it really does put a strain on your pitching when you have these back-to-back games, and depth is always, at the high school level, always a problem as far as pitching is concerned. So we'll see how Coach Leverett deals with that as we get through today's game and into tomorrow. Oh, that's a wild one. And just release point. It's all in getting that consistent release point. Hamilton delivers. That's high and inside. And again, we got to realize this is opening day, first time out here this season, and there's going to be some rust out there, and we'll see how things smooth themselves out as the season progresses. They gave it to him on the high outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on third for the Pioneers. They lead the hometown Turks 5-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Strike. So the count is full. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hamilton gets him on a strikeout, and now 2 outs. And Hamilton's objective, obviously, is let's get this man, not allow any more runs to come across, because now looking for just 3 more opportunities for the Turks as far as to cut into that 5-1 lead. Swing and a miss. And that's low ball. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th. Runner at third. And that's outside ball. Two one, 2 outs. And that's just high. So Hamilton's got to keep him down. He's had a tendency to miss high and outside. That's where he'll get you in trouble. That's a good pitch. Strike. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. Big pitch right here. And he let him get away. All right, so they now have runners at the corners, and they get to reset. And the shortstop, excuse me, number 7 steps in.
Number 7, Evan Natalie.
And first pitch is outside. Keeler comes up, ready to throw. Outside, ball. Keeler was holding it there, hoping he'd get that call, but just not quite. Three balls, no strikes. All right, so he'll be taken. So you get your best pitch right down the pipe here. Get that strike. Oh, that's inside. He let him get away. All right, so 2 straight walks by Hamilton has loaded the bases, and he still finds himself with 2 outs. So now we got the force. Any play, everybody runs on contact. Low inside. Ball 1. Time. Got a loose shoelace. All right, Hamilton settles in. Batter steps in, and we're back to ball. Chopped. Oh, a miscommunication between the first baseman, second baseman. Neither of them converged, and 2 runs come across. So just lack of communication there as far as whose that was. And the ball rolls into right field for a single, and it scores 2. And we now have runners at the corners with still 2 outs. So very unfortunate. What could have been an out turns into 2 runs for Nooksack. Runner goes. And Keeler just throws back to the pitcher. So now 2 runners in scoring position. Score 7-1. 2 outs, so Hamilton just needs 1 more to get himself out of this inning. High ball. Oh, hit him. Hit by pitch. Got him on the shoulder, on the left shoulder. Just grazed him on the left shoulder, but enough to get him a free pass down to first base. So now we're back to the bases loaded again. So Hamilton's going to have a little chat from Coach Leverett. And Mr. Keeler, the catcher, is going to come out. They're going to talk about the situation right now. And I think he'll stick with Hamilton. I don't think he'll make a change here. He's just wanting to calm the youngster down a little bit and make sure that everybody's clear as far as what their assignments are. And so we don't have a miscommunication like we had last time, which led to two runs. All right, yes. Coach Leverett trots off. And we'll be back to action here in just a moment. And play ball. That's low. Nice block by Keeler. And Keeler's done a nice job behind the plate in relief. Been a good defensive presence back there. And we're going to have a pinch runner coming in. And we'd like to thank and recognize any viewers from Nooksack Valley who've actually joined us here on the broadcast today. We hope you enjoy this just as much as we enjoy bringing it to you here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Hamilton delivers. That's outside ball. 2 balls, no strikes, still 2 outs. So this has been a long inning for the Turks. And thus far I've only given up 2, but with 3 on the bases, definitely need to get out of this inning as runs have been hard to come by for the Turks this afternoon. That's outside as well. So 3 balls, no strikes. Okay, Hamilton's got to give him something right down the middle here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Actually, hit him would have been ball 4 anyway. So, I mean, the damage really wasn't any different, but it definitely hurts your psyche when you hit a batter. And Lever's going to come out, and I have a feeling we will be making a change here. So, I'll have a little conversation. We'll figure out how he's going to shuffle the deck, and we're going to have a little break, I think, as we bring in Yip. Mr. Hamilton is done, so we will have a little break here. We'll be back in just a couple moments. All right, we are back. And situation is we got the bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 ball, no strike. We had a pitching change, which you were observing as we took a little break. Austin Wiedemann, number 5, is in on the mound for the Turks and getting put into a tough situation. And slap foul. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases full for the Pioneers. And hit straight away center. Ball is hit well, and it's over the head of the center fielder. 1 run will score. Excuse me, 2 runs will score, excuse me. And we've got runners at second and third. So now all of a sudden, we've got a 9-run differential. It's something we didn't want to talk about until now. But the rules, again, are a 10-run differential after 5. So we need to keep mindful of that. We've got a 9-run differential right now. I want to see if this game is going to go the full 7. Outside. Oh, got it. Got it. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, still 2 outs. Well, I've been saying that for far too long. This inning started with only 5. They've scored 5 runs this inning, have doubled their output in 1 inning here, 1/2 of an inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at second and third for the Pioneers. They lead the hometown Turks 10-1 here in the top half of the 5th. Outside, ball. 2-1. Wiedemann steps off and runners retreat. Swing and a miss. Full count, 2 outs. Payoff pitch right here. Runners at second and third. Turks desperately need it out here to get out of this inning. That's outside. Ball 4. So Wiedemann lets him escape, and we do a reset now with a bases are full. Any base now. And it's hit right down to the second baseman. He retreats over to first and makes the play for out number 3. So we stay at 9, 10-1, heading to the bottom of the 5th. All right, Lots and Coys leading things off for us here in the bottom of the 5th. And lifts one into center field for a single. So a nice start here for the Turks, and he's gone on some. Oh, he's going to try to get to second. And that was not a good decision. Oop, there we go. Not a good decision. Got just a little too aggressive, and Turks squander that base runner. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Number 7, Joe Day.
Joe Day stepping in. And outside bowling. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Turks trailing 10-1. And lifts it over the shortstop's head into center field, shallow center. And we got another base runner. So just like that, 2 quick hits. Base running mistake leaves with just 1 on the base pass for the Turks, but a runner at first now with 1 out, bringing up number 27, Jack Hamilton, who pitched well in relief today and has now since been relieved himself. Hamilton, woo, big cut, but it's foul, out of play. Mickey, you didn't park your car over here, did you? Oh, it's been the weather's been too crummy, huh? No, you know better than that. Swing. Strike. Tip strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And delivers and kind of reaches out and pokes it right down the line and foul, and the first baseman runs out of territory and drops foul. And hit sharply, but right at the shortstop, bobbles it, comes up, throwing, pumps once, pumps twice, but then throws and overthrows at first base. Not really sure why he hesitated on that first throw, but pumped a second time, then threw it, and was misplayed by the first baseman. So we got runners at first and second. So you'd like to think what may have been had we not had that inadvertent running error by the leadoff batter for the Turks. But again, now runner in scoring position at second base, along with a teammate at first, Mr. Hamilton, and Kobe Keeler stepping in, number 14. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Oh, ouch. But we have had a lot of kids hit today with pitches, a lot of hit by pitch. And I have to think it's just because we're so early in the season that the pitchers just haven't gotten their control dialed in yet. But for both teams, just an inordinate number of players getting hit by pitch today. So fortunately, it looks like Keeler's out there kind of walking it off, running it off, and I think he'll be okay. Slapped, and it gets through. Oh, stopped, knocked down by the shortstop, but can't make a play. And a run scores. So the Turks now tailing 10-2. Timeout. And catcher's going to go over and chat with his pitcher. Make sure they are on the same page. We want to recognize again some of our title partners here on TurkPride.tv. Sky Valley Inc. provide the entire TurkPride.tv crew with great polo shirts. Need custom screen printing or vinyl banners, lettering? Reach out to Carrie Fulcher or click her banner on TurkPride.tv. Sultan Youth Basketball, or SYB. Big thanks to SYB. Without their support, we've never gotten our brand new scoreboard. Financial contribution to help cover the cost of installing their new homemade scoreboard solution. And then the Booster Club as well, who is always there whenever we need to support our student athletes and activities here at Sultan High School. Strike. No balls. 1 strike. 1 out. Swing and a miss. So again, the Turks with an excellent opportunity again. We've been here once before. We had the bases loaded and unfortunately stranded 3. So they got an opportunity here to kind of try to claw their way back into this game. Swing and a miss. And Wiedemann goes down on strikes. So now we've got 2 outs. Everybody runs on contact. Zane Sailor, number 24, steps in for the Turks. Low, ball one. What happened to our sun, Mickey? It clouded up and went away. It got cold and cloudy. It was beautiful, beautiful start this afternoon, and boy, the clouds sure did roll in, and it's gotten quite a bit chillier here as we've gotten a little later on into the evening. And foul. Catcher. Oh, catcher makes a nice try on that and actually bounces into the screen, but no go. But nice hustle there by the catcher for the Pioneers. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded for the Turks. Bottom of the 5th, trailing 10-2. They've scored 1 thus far this inning. Looking to add to that. That's inside ball. 2-2. That's ball. Another full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Doesn't get any more pressure packed than this. So Mr. Sailor just needs to find a spot, punch it through, and score a couple here. That's ball 4. So, all right, so we're going to walk in a run here. And it's now 3-11. Swing and a miss. So Turks have gotten 2 here in this inning, looking to add a few more. And we got a correction on our score. It's 10-3, not to 11-3, 10-3. Nooksack. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Yeah, it's pass ball. Well, they're gonna hold. Everybody holds. Keeler thought about it, but it's like, yeah. Again, as we said before, the foul territory here at Sultan High School behind home plate is not that large. So, and again, the Nooksack catcher has proven himself to be pretty athletic here so far tonight, and I think that was probably a wise move by Mr. Keeler to not challenge him on that particular play. All right. 3-1. Strike. Full count. So here we go again. Full count. Full count, full bases, 2 outs. Fouled. Got a piece of it. Everybody retreats. The Turks were coming hard. Everybody trots back. Oh, and strike 3. So the Turks leave 3 again. Score 2. They trail 10-3. All right, we make our way to the top of the 6th inning. Turks scored 2 in that last inning, so that was good, but did strand 3. So that's 2 innings now, which they've stranded 3 runners. And with runs as hard to come by as they are, that's just really something they're going to have to work on is pushing those base runners across. So Wiedemann continues to be on the mound for the Turks. First pitch, strike 1. Top of the 6th, Turks trailing 10-3. Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff batter for the Pioneers. High. Full count, 3-2. That's outside, ball 4. All right, so the first batter issues a walk. All right, brings up the next batter for the Pioneers. Colin Averill, number 12, steps in and hits a nice hard shot, but right at the second baseman. Double play opportunity over to second for 1, but not in time for the double play. But they do get the leadoff runner, and that now makes it 1 out for the Pioneers here in the top of the 6th. Oh, he thought about going. Misplayed by the first baseman, and then he retreated, got to the ball pretty quickly, and runner decided to stay, not give it a chance. Oh, pass ball, got past Keeler. Keeler's done an excellent job today, but that one did get past him, so the runner's going to advance to scoring position at second base. Two balls, no strikes. Oh, and lifted into right field. And it's deep and it's over the fielder's head. That's going to score 1, and he's going to get a stand-up double with an RBI there. So nice hit by the shortstop. That was one of the best looking hits of the day. Makes it 11-3, Nooksack. And hit straightaway center. Center fielder got a slow jump on it. The ball gets past him. He keeps it in just slightly in front of him, but the runner is going to score from second. And now it is 12-3 with 1 out. All right, runner in scoring position. Still just 1 out for the Pioneers. And now we have to start thinking about that situation where we're at a 9-run differential. So the Turks definitely are playing out in the fringes here a little bit and need to keep this thing under 10 to extend this game so we can get a full 7 in tonight. Oh, there was a little bit of miscommunication there. Attempted to make a play on the runner at second, and the ball skates into right center field, and the runner advances to third. So 12-3 is the score remains. We are in the top of the 6th. 1 ball, no strikes on the batter. 1 out on the side. And the story of the night really has just been pitching, and lack of control, pass balls, hit by pitch. It's just been rough as far as the pitching staff tonight. So has definitely contributed towards this large differential that we're seeing right now. And there we go. That's just kind of what we're talking about. But this has been on both sides too. Both pitchers, all pitchers tonight have struggled with their control. And we probably had more batters hit tonight than we would see in probably half a season tonight. So something that both squads will definitely be talking about working on to get sharper, get that control under control as we move through the season. Strike 1. Runner goes. Oh, and it's hit straight away. And the right fielder makes the catch. Nice play. But the runner will tag from third, and that's going to make it 13-3, I believe. Yes. So now we are at that situation we talked about, that 10-run differential with still 1 out to go for the Pioneers. But the two outs. Runner at first. Ball 1. Swing. Foul back. Off a Keeler. 1-1. Runner goes. Good pitch to run on outside. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs. That's high outside. Ball 3, full count. That's inside and high. Ball 4. All right, we got runners at the corners now. Still 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Turks trailing 13-3. Oh, and it's hit sharply. Gets past the third baseman. Runner scores from third, and they're going to advance. Runners are going to continue to go on the pass ball, and we're going to end up with runners at second and third. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Score now 14-3, Nooksack. Ball. Second, third. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Wiedemann delivers, and it's outside. Ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Oh, called him for a balk. So that's going to advance runners from third to home and second to third, score another run. It's going to make it 15-3. High ball. Still 2 outs. Been saying that for just far too long here. We got to get that third out. Boy, it has been hard to come by. These have been long innings tonight. Lots of runs scored, lots of base runners, and lots of mistakes, unfortunately, here early on in the season. There's things to work on And we got another walk there. So runners at the corners. So they're going to have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to work on, but unfortunately not a lot of opportunities to make those corrections because we're going to be back here tomorrow playing baseball again here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. We invite you to come and join us. Start your weekend off right with some good baseball action, high school style here on TurkPride.tv. Strike. Wiedemann finds the spot there. Outside. One ball, one strike, 2 outs for the Turks. Top of the 6th. Inside ball. 2-1. Ball high. And hit sharply. That's going to, oh, knocked it down by the second baseman, but just not in time. Good hustle, but just not enough to get there. Yeah, the second baseman gave it a good try, knocked it down, but lost his footing and was unable to recover in time to make a throw over to first. So 16-3 now. Runner scores. Runners at first and second here in the top half of the 6th. And runners advance to second and third. Count remains 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs for the 2 outs on the Pioneers here. Ball. And that pitch is high. Good reaction by Keeler behind the plate, who's done a nice job. Keeler's done a nice job controlling on the defensive side and keeping balls in front of him this evening. But again, it's just been pitching, and just inability to throw strikes and show command and control over the ball has really, really hurt the Turks tonight. And it's a slow roller to second base, over to first, and in time for out number 3. So the damage is done, though. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 16-3, Nooksack. All right, we make our way to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Turks in do-or-die situation, trailing by 13, and needing to get some runs, get them quick to get this game pushed to a 7th inning. Otherwise, we will be cutting it short tonight by 1. As the rule is, has to be a 10-run or 10-run or greater differential after 5 would call the game. So right now we sit in a 13-run deficit for the Turks, so need to score 3 or more to keep things moving on to a 7th inning. And number 15, Zach Robbins. First time we've seen Zach tonight. Stepping in, youngster getting a chance out there. As Coach Leverett's going to open up his bench and give everybody a chance, it looks like, tonight. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, and Robbins goes down on strikes. One down for the Turks here in the bottom of the 6th. All right, Lawson Coy was our original pitcher starting this game some 2.5 hours ago. And he did struggle out there in his time on the mound. And was replaced by Jack Hamilton. And pass ball goes back to the screen. Ball 1. Swing, and got a piece of it, but foul. Strike 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Turks trailing here in the bottom half of the 6th, 16-3. So do or die time for them to get this thing back under 10 if we'd like to continue to a 7th inning. Outside corner. Swing and a miss, and just that quick, we have 2 up, 2 down for the Turks.
Number 7, Joe Day.
Swing and a miss. And forgot to mention, we do have a pitching change. Evan Netling, who's been the shortstop up until now, is pitching in relief here. And definitely can throw pretty hard. Kid's got a good arm. Swing and a miss. And that's going to do it for us here. So the final score is going to be Turks 3, Nooksack Valley 16. We appreciate all you joining us here on TurkPride.tv tonight. We hope you've enjoyed the game just as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you.